For the last decade or so, Sunday school in St. Thomas has happened in the kitchen, where we hear a story, discuss why it's important, and make a treat that has to do with the lesson. So, for today's reflection, we thought we'd invite you to Sunday school. So, let's go! January 6th this week marks Epiphany. It's the day the three kings arrived at the stable to see baby Jesus. Their names were Melchior, Caspar, and Balthazar. They brought the gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Now the three kings were the wisest amongst the men of their time, hence their other name, the three wise men. Now, when they saw that the Messiah had been born, they mounted an expedition following the star all the way to Bethlehem. People around the world mark and celebrate this day in various different ways. Sometimes it's known as Little Christmas. In Puerto Rico, kids fill a box full of grass or hay and put it under their beds. In the morning, the three kings have left them a small little treat, kind of like Santa and the reindeer. In Germany, kids also like to dress up as the three kings, and they go door to door singing songs where they receive little gifts of treats or coins. In Ireland, they celebrate something called No Leg No Mond, which translates to Women's Christmas. Traditionally, it's the day where the women get to relax and the men do all the housework, all the cleaning, and all the cooking. Today, women still celebrate it, but mostly by going out and having tea and cakes with their friends. In Mexico, Three Kings Day is celebrated with the Rosa de Reyes, which is a sweet bread baked in the shape of a crown or circle with dried fruit or candies on top for the jewels of the three kings' crowns. Now, baked inside is also a little baby Jesus. If you receive the piece with the little baby Jesus, then you are to provide all of the party food for Candlemas on February 2nd. For today's Sunday school, we thought we would make a Three Kings Day cake to help celebrate this great day of the year. To make the Three Kings Day cake, you will need these ingredients: a package of cake mix, a yellow, white, or spice cake, those work the best, a package of vanilla pudding mix, 4 eggs, 1 cup of dry sherry wine, 3/4 of a cup of oil, and then icing sugar and jujube candies for decorations. The kitchen tools you will need is a bundt cake pan, a mixing bowl, a spoon or spatula, and an electric hand mixer. If you don't have a hand mixer, don't worry, just use your muscle power to mix the batter smooth. This cake is very simple to make. All you do is dump everything into the bowl and mix it all around. So we're going to dump the cake mix in. We're going to dump the vanilla pudding mix. We are going to dump the eggs, break the eggs. You don't want the shells in there. 1 egg, 2 eggs, 3 eggs, and 4 eggs. Then we pour in the oil. And last, we pour in the dry wine. And then we mix it all around just to kind of blend it together. So once it's all in the bowl, you just mix it with your mixer. Now I have to talk louder so you can hear me. Now you want to make sure you get all of the dried bits so that it looks all nice and creamy like this. So if you need to get the edges, etc. Kids love doing this part. They love using the hand mixer, so make sure if you're making this with kids, you let them try it as well. after messy, you want to spray your bundt pan to make sure it doesn't stick. Then put it inside. Pour the cake into the pan. Just like this. There we go. So now it looks like this. Now we put it in our oven. I like to put it on a baking sheet in case it for some reason goes over and explodes, so you have a tray and your oven doesn't get all dirty. So we put it in the oven and we bake it at 350 for 45 to 50 minutes. While the cake is cooking, this is the time where we get the kids to help tidy up, and then we also go out into the church hall and we sometimes do a craft that has to do with the story as well. Today we'll be making 3 stars wands to represent the 3 kings that arrived at Jesus' bedside. All right, so while the cake is cooking, this is the craft that you can do with the kids or with adults, because who doesn't like crafting? All right, so first you will need a star. 2 of them, please. I will have the PDF. There will be a link to it on our website. Some glue. We have our glue pre-packaged because it goes with our arts program. A straw. Scissors. Ribbon. 4 lengths of ribbons, any colors you like, about 60 centimeters long. And then some markers. Alrighty, so first thing we're going to do is cut out the stars. Just like this. Now, while you're cutting the stars, this is the perfect time to talk to the kids about what they remember about the stories we heard earlier today. Like, what were the names of the 3 kings? And what were the gifts they brought? Things like that. Maybe, how did they find baby Jesus? Did they have GPS? Did they just all of a sudden look up and there he was? That sort of things. Or quiz them on some of the traditions we learned today, like what do they do in Puerto Rico? Things like that. Okay, 1 star. Just gonna put my scraps over there. Now, 2nd star. Now, when you're cutting out the stars, they don't have to be exact, but you should get them close to exact. So, just remember that. It's always easiest to cut it off in sections as well. Alrighty. We now have our 2 stars. Okay, so then comes the fun part. Now we get to decorate it. I'm gonna put pink stripes on this one because I like pink. So we have our pink striped star, and then I think I'm going to do, I don't know, swirly blue and yellows all over it. So first I'm going to do some swirly blues. So we got some swirly blues. Then I'm going to do some swirly yellows to add to it. One more here. And there it goes. Now, the next thing we're going to do is turn them so that your not colored side is staring up, because that's the gluing side. And as you can see, we're all about using scrap paper, so we use scrap paper to print these on. Then we're going to paint one side all with glue. Oops, that's not the paintbrush. I'm going to make sure you cover everything that has to do onto, cover the whole star, because we want to make sure none of the parts fall apart. We're going to cover the whole star. Just like this. Don't worry if you mess up and get some glue off to the side. Glue is easy to clean up. There, and now it's all painted. Once all the glue has been put onto the one side, we take our straw and fix it in the middle of the star. Then we take our ribbons. Now we want them to be flowy. Move that down a bit. So we're going to put them right here. 1, 2 on either side of the, oh, another 2. There they are. 2 more. Oh, there it is. So that they're flowing down like it's a streaming star in the sky. Now once those are all positioned, we take our second star and put it so that your colored side is up, and line up all the edges just like this. Line them up and then push as hard as you can to make sure the glue sticks and sets, even pushing the straw down a bit. Maybe we should have put glue on the other side too. Now, if you find it's not sticking or holding, you could also paint the other side with glue. That's your choice. Oh no, one of my thingies got messed up. So we're going to pull it apart quick and fix it. There we go. Once it's all stuck together, you can pull it up, and now you have a lovely Three Kings Day. Once the cake is finished, you can take it out of the oven and you can stick a knife in it to see if it is completely done. If it comes out clean, that means it is completely done and we just need to decorate it. But first it needs to cool because it's kind of hot to decorate right now. Once the pan is cool enough to touch, take it and you dump it onto your serving tray of choice. Let's see if I can. Woohoo! Awesome. Now we have our lovely crown. Now here's the best part where we get to decorate. What we do is we swoosh a whole bunch of powdered sugar all over it to make it look nice and decorated. Oops, a little bit too much. Now the kids are probably going to dump this everywhere, so be prepared for lots of sugar. And then we put our jewels on anywhere we feel like it. more to make it even. And there we have our Three Kings Day cake, ready to serve and enjoy with all your family and friends.